So most people, when you think X5, you think of middle-aged men and women dropping off kids to the school, having, I don't know, a yoga appointment or your third cappuccino of the day. You don't think off-roading. So I bring to you the newest addition to Always All-Wheel Drive, the BMW X5 E70. Right, so today we're not going to talk about how comfortable you can get to Pilates or how fast you can get to the next traffic light. No, there are plenty of reviews on the internet that will show you why 3 types of leather would change your life. Instead, we are going to talk about this absolute monument to German engineering to understand and answer the age-old question that nobody has asked. Is this any good off-road? And more importantly, can we turn this into an absolute Teutonic monster out in the Aussie bush tracks? So stick around while I take you through the interior, the exterior, the drivetrain, and more importantly, we actually take it off-road. So sit back, relax, and let's get stuck into it. This is a 4.8 litre, remind you, 4.8 litre German V8 with 350 horsepower and enough torque to pull a planet. It is a remarkable power plant. Getting stuck has never sounded so good. So I've already done a couple of things on this. I've replaced the cam covers because they were leaking. I've replaced the thermostat to a lower temperature, 9-degree thermostat. I've also replaced the water pump and changed the coolant and changed, of course, the oil and everything like that too. So that should give it a bit of reliability. But yeah, frankly, it's a hell of a power plant and I really can't wait to take this off-road. So how do we get all of that power to all 4 wheels? This is the first step here. That power plant is mated to a 6-speed gearbox. It's a ZF unit and is actually the same one that's used in the Territory in almost all Australian cars after the 2000s as well. So it's a unit I am very familiar with. Now, if you want to know how to maintain your own ZF 6-speed gearbox, I have made a step-by-step guide. If you're interested in that, link in the description below. What is different though is the all-wheel drive system. It is mated to a system called xDrive, effectively. And the way that works is that instead of just relying on the ABS system to clamp the brakes and redistribute power, much like the Territory, it actually locks your front and rear drive shaft. It acts like a center diff. I mean, who needs a center diff lock when you've got xDrive? I have tested the system and it works surprisingly well. The way to engage it is that you're just going to press this DTC button for dynamic traction control. The suspension system on the X5 isn't honestly too different to the Ford Territory. It runs your conventional McPherson strut in the front. The layout is actually very similar. You've got your upper control arm, you've got your steering knuckle. One thing I do like about the X5s is that the bearings are not pressed into the knuckle. It's a separate unit. So when it comes to bushproof and off-roading, I'm really keen for that. It's got your typical, your CVs. In the rear though, that's where it gets a bit, how you doing? It's actually got airbags in the rear. Now that will last 0.2 seconds on the tracks. And so we do have to do something about that. You can actually fit a spring replacement on the airbags and a little bypass so that the computer doesn't moan about not having airbags. But every one of these BMWs actually comes standard with rear airbags, where I'll start looking at. Now, I'm quickly going to touch on the wheels as well. So these are running 20-inch rims, 20-inch. I mean, look at it, the tires painted on. I don't know how the hell you off-road this. Well, I have, but we're absolutely going to be doing something about the wheels as well. It's also got 2 buttons to memorize your mistakes, and more importantly, it's got a holder for that Nokia 6210 that you've been holding in your back drawer somewhere too. So we're not here to understand if this car is good as the family car, the work car, or anything to get you from A to B. No, we're here to understand, is this any good off-road? Because that's what the channel is all about. So let's get stuck into it. Let's go off-road. I bet you never thought an X5 would be out on the powerline tracks at Lithgow, eh? So this is just a real easy track, but I've used it all the time just to really articulate the vehicle because you will guarantee get wheel lift. So let's get stuck into it. to quote Doug DeMuro, driving the BMW X5 off-road. Well, first thing I've done, put it in the DTC mode. I put it into manual first gear. Now let's go. There we go. Nothing crazy. I'm aware that I don't have a lot of clearance, so I want to try to keep to the tracks where I do have. Ooh. Okay, there we go. Alright, give it just a little bit. Look at that. Walk some more. Okay, oh, yep, I can feel it biting a little bit. I bet you never see an X5 do this. Right. Yep, we've got to fall in a little bit. Oh, there we go. That's where I gotta cut my bumper. Off we go. Whoa! Go, come on. Yeah, I can feel it biting a little bit. Okay, just a little spin. There we go. But you can feel it kind of like, whoa, gripping. Whoa, bit of an angle. Sheesh, settle down, girl. What a machine! What a machine! I'm staggered. I am staggered. If you look at this clip over here, the territory kind of, because the ABS never bothered to kick in, it just kept spinning, spinning, spinning. This one, wow! xDrive, very underrated. I mean, there's just an example there. I was on my way home and I saw this. I reckon we can do one more little off-road test before we call it. Famous last words, hopefully not. That didn't last long. Already deleted the mud flap up there. So I screwed with the other one anyway. Looks better anyway. I'm going to sit on here because this is very comfortable. So how good was it off-road? I was staggered when I first ever took this off-road. I'm thinking, wow, I'm not waiting for my ABS to kick in. It just works. I'm really keen to put some modifications on to see where this goes. And that brings me to why I got it and the plans I actually have for the vehicle. So I wanted to build something that was a bit more closer to home. For those who follow my socials, I've actually owned a couple old German cars, and I've owned it for like over 10 years, all different 7 Series, S-classes, you know, really old ones. And I wanted to build something that I'm very familiar with and very used to. The Territory has done awesome, and I still got plans for the Territory, but I want to take everything I've learned from that and apply it here onto something completely different, and something that not a lot of people have done before. So the first thing, of course, is a 12-volt system. Yes, I'll be going lithium. There is so much space under the floor plan. It is amazing. So I'm really excited to get stuck into that. I'm not going to go rooftop tent, swag or anything like that. I want to sleep in the car. I want to turn this into a real nice, comfortable touring rig that can also tackle the really hard stuff. Yeah, you know where I'm thinking of taking this. And I want to do it in a way where a European manufacturer, how BMW themselves would have built the ultimate off-road tourer, and snorkel as well. Now there are 2 air intakes, so I'll leave that to your imagination. But at the end of the day, I'm really, really excited to see where this build goes. I've not really seen a lot of these done. I actually wanted the previous generation one, the E53, and that's what I was actually hunting for. And then this just hoved into view. I mean, I didn't really plan to get a big VA X5, but it just kind of happened. Now, I paid not anywhere as much as people think I did. I'll give you a hint. It was barely just over twice of what I paid for the Ford Territory. So I'm going to leave that with you to work it out. But this thing, of course, has 260,000 Ks in it. It is a high mileage hero, but I cannot wait to see where this goes. So of course, like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I actually had a lot of fun making this video, the drive-bys and things like that. And I want to see if I can try and incorporate that a bit more into the Always all-wheel drive life. Now, I will be doing a bit of a traveling in October, so the videos may slow a little bit. I'm spending some much needed R&R, so I'm looking forward to spending a few weeks away. But stay tuned, because in summertime we are going to absolutely ramp up the whole build process as well. So I've got a TikTok, I've got an Instagram if you want to see behind the scenes. I appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys next time.